Hi there. So the plan today is to ride the big GS on Eric's Ride Out. Eric's Ride Out is to Copper Hill in Tennessee for a bite to eat, nice lunch break, and then ride east onto Chattanooga and around Lookout Mountain. So first port of call is to meet up at our local Starbucks for a coffee. We couldn't resist moving on to Dutch Monkey Donuts. They have a donut competition every year for raising money for childhood cancer, and we just love the fact that they make fresh baked donuts every day. Check them out. Great place. So we moved on to one of our regular places, which is Two Wheels of Suches, and it's a nice place. They do camping for bikers, and there was some nice metal up there at the weekend. There was a wide glider Harley, a 1290 Super Adventure KTM, a custom trike Goldwing, a couple of FJ09s, actually, nice little bike that, and some Can-Am Spiders, some unusual bikes up there, and my friend's F6C is a fairly rare beast with the Goldwing engine in the custom cruiser style, and of course we were up there. I got my Ram mount on the bike now, and there was a nice Indian heritage as well with that Thunderstroke engine. Well, after a while, we decided to junk the idea of going up to Copper Hill based on time. We just were not going to get up into Tennessee. We were far enough north in the Georgia mountains, though, to have some fun, and our bellies were rumbling, so we went on to another place we like, Toccoa Riverside Restaurant. That's been around since about '92. And it's a beautiful place. They sometimes have live bluegrass music there. It's very rustic and peaceful. It's right on the river. They've got some of the North America's best trout in that river, and they serve a lot of fish dishes on the menu there. The place burnt down in 2012, unfortunately, but they rebuilt it, and they've done a really sterling job up to now. So we had a great lunch there as usual, and of course, as usual, the banter followed.
We're gonna have to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So what I want to know this week, Eric, is what one thing would you change on the Multistrada if you could?
Highway pegs. We need highway pegs on that bike.
Multistrada. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know why it's not part of the Ducati performance.
See, I see you standing up all the time. I stand up sometimes, but I would like to be able to change my foot position.
All right. Okay. So this week's game is called it's called Date, Sleep, Marry. All right. So I
know Eat, Ride, Sleep.
So I don't know
Date, Sleep, Marry.
I give you three people.
This is not going on your blog. I'm sorry.
Could be female, could be male.
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth.
And you have to tell me which one you'd date, which one you'd sleep with, and which one you'd marry.
I'm sorry.
And bear in mind your wife.
This cannot go on YouTube.
Okay,
I can't.
so
I can't.
So this is right. Your choices: Jessica Alba, Scarlett Johansson, or Mila Kunis.
Oh, those are three strong choices.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's just say I like your selection.
We don't call him the face for nothing, Eric. So he gets the choice of the women there. So Jessica Alba, Scarlett Johansson, Mila Kunis.
Yes, and yes. I'm with you.
Who would you marry, do you think?
Matter of fact, they might all be on my list.
Who would you marry out of those, do you think? Jessica, Scarlett, or Mila?
Mila's really cute, but she's really short. Maybe Jessica Alba.
Okay, cool.
Plus she's got all that healthy tea.
And so, date and sleep.
Honest tea.
Scarlett Johansson or Mila Kunis?
Ooh, I just watched Scarlett Johansson in the movie this week. I'd at least date her, I'll tell you that.
Okay, so it's Jessica marry, Scarlett Johansson date, and Mila Kunis.
Only one thing left.
Well,
yes.
Good enough.
I hate that she got short shrift, though.
Okay, so moving on. Yeah.
You typed this all
I'm
out?
organised.
I'm organized.
So,
Is there a lean way, Brad?
so tell me, Charlie, what's the one thing you would change on your Harley?
I already have the
Put a
pegs.
Ducati engine in it.
For me right now, just maybe the windshield.
The windshield.
Yeah, just
A little low.
that's a little low. Yeah, but that's it.
Okay, let's play date, sleep, marry
Oh,
then.
here we go.
So Emma Watson, Kate Upton, or Sophia Vergara.
Whoa.
Not bad choice.
You didn't give me voluptuous choices like that.
Yes, and yes.
So, Emma Watson, Kate Upton, Sophia Vergara.
But there's quite a disparity
Who would you
between the
marry?
first and the second two.
Emma's a little bit young, isn't she?
Yeah, I'd have to go with Kate on that one.
Marry Kate. So between, would you date?
Sophie's
Emma?
already married.
You'd have to sleep. Yeah.
You just answered it for
You'd
me.
have to sleep with Sophia. wouldn't
Okay,
you?
well, yeah, you say so. Yeah.
So you date Emma, you'd marry Kate, and you sleep with Sophia. It's not a bad choice. That'll work. That'll work. Right, let's move.
No, I'm off the charts.
What's one thing you changed about your Honda F6C? It's quite customised.
A sixth gear.
Six, six gear.
Oh, yeah, you have 5?
Yeah.
Oh, that explains it. That's why you're falling behind on Harley.
Bring it into the
Y'all have a
noughties.
great day. Thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you. So bring it into the noughties with a 6-speed. So your choice for date, sleep, marry is Emma Stone, Jennifer Aniston, or Megan Fox.
The
That's tricky as
Transformer
well.
fame.
Yeah, there we go.
That's tricky, isn't it? Emma Stone,
I
Jennifer
don't know who
Aniston.
Emma Stone is.
Well, maybe you date her then.
Yeah.
We'll put her down for date. So Jennifer Aniston and Megan Fox.
Jennifer, she quit smoking.
Yeah.
So would you sleep with her though, or would you
Yeah.
marry her?
Yeah, I would think about it.
So I think you got that right. It's date Emma, it's sleep with Jennifer, but marry Megan. Oh, imagine being married to Megan. Probably high mate though.
Have you got your question for yourself?
Yeah, what are we going to
We're
film
gonna
you with?
interview you now.
Okay. All right then. That's fair enough.
I'll read it.
Okay. Choose any on there that we've not had.
Oh.
So actually, first thing I'd change on my bike, I'm not sure whether I'd go for the standard suspension over the lowered. And if it wasn't that, I'd make the panniers standard, the ridiculously expensive panniers. I'd make
They
that
should throw
standard.
that in with a GSA.
Yeah, when you spend 25 grand, they ought to throw in some boxes to put your gloves in, shouldn't they, really?
All right, now we're coming to the most interesting part of the questionnaire. It's date, sleep, marry. Right, so what the world wants to know, Richard, is date, sleep, or marry Jessica Biel, Eva Mendes, or Charlize Theron?
Oh, that's the... I think I would date. Who was the first one?
Jessica Biel,
Yeah, I'd date Jessica.
former most
I'd sleep-
beautiful
sleep with-
woman
yeah.
alive,
I'd sleep with
according to Esquire.
Eva,
Sleep with Eva.
and I'd marry Charlize.
Oh, that's a good choice. All right, well done.
Not bad. The next place we headed on to was Ellijay in Georgia. So we had to head a bit kind of southeast initially to pick up 52 and then ride kind of northeast to Ellijay, which is a delightful little place in Gilmore County. Had a population of about 1,600 at the 2010 census, I believe, and it's got reasonable elevation of about 1,300 feet, and some nice little places in and around Ellijay. They have an apple festival every October, and it's known as the apple capital of Georgia, even though Georgia is clearly, obviously, the peach state. And former President Jimmy Carter actually has a log cabin, second home in Ellijay. So it's a nice place. Check it out if you have the time. And really, the reason for going through Ellijay was to go on to Fort Mountain State Park. And that state park was established in 1938 on land donated by the Atlanta mayor at the time, Ivan Allen Jr. Park was originally 1,900 acres, and there was quite a lot of facilities built on there, like a stone fire tower. There's various trails, and lots of funding was put into the park in the 90s, and it's been expanded to 3,712 acres these days. So the actual Fort Mountain State Park itself is located between Ellijay and Chatsworth, and it's open all year round, weather permitting, and it's famous for an ancient 885-foot long rock wall located at the peak. Some view. I wonder how many miles that is, maybe 50 across there, 50 or 60. It's a big view. So after taking in the absolutely breathtaking, stunning views at the top of Fort Mountain, and breathing in the lovely air up there in the clear elevation, it was time to start going down the mountain. And we hoped for less overbanding, as we say in the UK, or tar snakes, as we say in Georgia, because on the way up, although we're on 4 different bikes with 4 different tyres, our bikes were being kicked sideways in places on the rough asphalt. But on the way down, it wasn't quite so bad, and we had a fairly smooth run down into Chatsworth, which is a nice little place, population of about 4,500 people, and it's quite a kind of modern town, quite small, been around about 100 years, but nice people, nice little place to visit if you ever get the opportunity to. On the way back, we had a fairly smooth ride. We did get balked a couple of times by riders, and these two Harley guys here thought they should ride 2 abreast at like 35 miles an hour or something on this great open road. So we waited till we had a clear, safe opportunity to overtake and dispatch with them. But some of the back roads in Georgia are absolutely delightful, and we just love riding these roads. We're so blessed with generally warm, nice sunny weather. Even when it rains, it tends to rain very heavily and for brief periods of time. So although we might get, say, the same rainfall as somewhere like Seattle or something, it's not so noticeable, because when it comes down and rains, you all know about it in Georgia. But otherwise, kind of 340 days of the year or something, we're blessed with dry weather and usually sunny and warm. So it's perfect for riding motorcycles, and we can ride, generally kind of 10 months of the year or something like that pretty comfortably. Sometimes the sort of December, January time can be a bit too chilly. If you've got the right gear, you can ride, if you're head to toe in Gore-Tex and you've got heated grips and nice thick gloves, you can ride. But it's just so much more enjoyable to ride in the sort of weather that we currently have, and it's been wonderful for me to be able to put the first 1,000 miles on the GSA Venture without a drop of rain, basically, and to just enjoy the running in process and bedding in of the tyres, etc. But I hope these videos, which I hope to release every Friday or so, will just encourage you to get out on your bike, whatever bike you ride. It doesn't matter what genre, it doesn't matter how old it is, doesn't matter how much it costs or how brilliant condition it is or how pretty it is. if you ride on two wheels, you're all right with me and you're all right with my friends.